and welcome to the Turkish Films channel. Today we're going to play a game. I'll let you figure out what game we're going to play today. We're going to be playing 10-minute chess, and I am rated 1994. This is my highest ever rating, and I'm currently on location in Arizona. So this is like Turkish Films on vacation. Here we go. Our opponent is a 2071. He's played d4, and I will respond with knight f6. So you can see if I win, I get 10 points. Oh, if I win, I get to be 2,000 this game. If I draw, I get +2, which is not so bad. And he's playing the London. This is the setup where you put your pawns on these, on here, making the triangle, making the pyramid. But you gotta make sure your bishop's out first. You don't want him trapped inside the pyramid. And so this is a pretty good way to play for white. Magnus Carlsen plays this way. And the way that I've learned to play this is up to here. This is about the theory that I know. I'm going to attack this pawn. Now he has to defend it somehow, and he's chosen with the queen. I think in this case, I want to develop my pieces actively, like this. I'm worried about him playing knight h4 and attacking my bishop. So, I kind of have a weird idea. I kind of want to play h6 to stop his pieces from going there, then play here, then my bishop can go back home. I don't know if h6 is too slow though. If you look, he has 2 pieces developed. I have let's say 3 pieces developed. It takes him one very natural move and then castling. And I'm kind of spending this move, and then this move, trying to counter him, and then I have to get my bishop out. It seems like a lot. Instead, I think I'm just going to suffer with my light square bishop being worse than his. And I'm just going to play the move e6. e6 so I can expedite the dark square bishop getting out. See, he played the move I thought I was going to play. And I think this is... I want him to spend more time. So here, and then if he pushes and I take, I don't see this being particularly worse for me. But I guess we will see. I guess we'll see shortly, huh? I guess he's going to play this move. I do have to take it if he plays it. Then the castle. And let's assess the position. So, neither of us are completely developed. I'd say I'm slightly ahead because he doesn't have his knight out, and he hasn't castled. All I have to do is get my bishop out. As for pawn structure, he has more space. Notice I have 2 pawns on these that mirror here, and he also has these 2 pawns out, right? His pawn structure is also better because he has one continuous pawn line. You see all of his pawns are on the same, they're all connected together, where I have one grouping over here, then I have a second group over here, right? So he's technically better in that regard. If I can somehow get rid of these pawns for these pawns, everything will be equal in the position. So let's look at my pieces. My bishop isn't developed, and my rook isn't developed. So let's bring our bishop this way. I'm kind of worried his knight's going to hop in. Also, I think his queen is probably going to try to do something like that, and then he's going to try to come this way. Like if his queen does this, that seems kind of strong to me. So he's sort of helping me out, I think. I think this is good for me. Because can't my knight come forward and I can reroute to the middle? That seems sensible. Let's see, his rook is undefended. His knight wants to get out. His knight wants to get out. So if I put my bishop here, his knight can't get out without being taken. But then I don't have 2 bishops anymore, and I kind of like having 2 bishops. So let's see. I don't know what to do. And if he plays c5, I feel a little bit cramped there. So I sort of preemptively want to make a move to get my knight closer to the square. So I think I'm going to threaten to take the 2 bishops. This threatens to take the light square bishop, and then he won't have 2 bishops anymore. 2 bishops are considered good in open positions because they cut across the whole board. Also, I thought about this because the plan that I had with him trying to checkmate me requires his bishop on this diagonal, and this move tells his bishop that he has to move. He's being evicted from the diagonal. Also, hopefully, if c5 comes, I can scoop my queen over to the vacated c6 square, and then it's not being trapped because he can always go back home this way. But I think he's really happy in this opening. He has a lot more space. Oh, he gave up the bishop pair, which makes me quite happy because I have the bishop pair, and this structure doesn't look like it's going to close anytime soon. So now his queen is on the diagonal, but it's not really that scary. I'm kind of considering going for the other bishop. like this. The problem is I think he just goes here. I think f6 is actually a good move there. But what if he just goes forward, then f6 again? So I think I'm going to go for the second bishop. Oh, there's a problem with this move. I just saw his threat. If he plays rook here, he's attacking the pawn, and I can't easily defend that pawn. So I think I'm going to drop my queen back first. Or should I put it on c6? c6 blocks it from this diagonal. I'm using a lot of time here. Maybe I should play a6 and drop my queen back this way. No. Okay. We're going to go back. This is actually preparing g5, or knight h5 even more, because bishop here is no longer an option. It loses a piece outright. He does attack the pawn, as advertised. And what's the best way to defend it? I kind of don't see a problem with c6, other than knight to e5. Knight to e5 comes anyway, though. So we'll go here. I am foreseeing difficulties with this move. It's kind of weakening a lot of stuff. But I just think knight h5 is such a good cause, because I don't see where his knights are going to rest. Right? His knights eventually have to settle down on outposts, and I just don't see where those are going to be. Either these pawn pushes get taken. My rook is ready to hop into an open line, target a pawn. I do have to make sure this pawn's defended. But here, I don't think we're doing too badly. We are down quite a bit of time, so I got to speed up. So unless some crazy thing happens, knight h5 is my plan to attack this bishop. That's definitely his best piece. Notice outside the pawn chain, and it's looking at a lot of squares in my camp. My rook wants to go to b8. My queen wants to go to b8. I just want to use the dark this diagonal here. And his bishop is patrolling quite heavily. So here, why can't I play this move? He takes, I take, he takes. That just looks like a trade. And if he takes here, it's check, but what about here, here, f6, he loses there. I think I can play my move, and I said I was going to. So I think this is the plan. We're getting rid of the bishop that was so good. We can take this next move, and I don't think him taking first is any good. Okay, this is what we thought was going to happen. Now f6 was the plan, and his bishop has to go back now. He can't go back this way, because I just push, and he loses it. Is this better somehow? Oh, now when takes, the knight takes. I'm still not seeing a problem. Oh, the bishop goes to the center now. Yeah, I needed that pawn that he just took in order to trap the bishop in the middle of the board. But I don't actually dig the bishop in the middle so much. But my knight is trapped, so I have to save it somehow. This is a hanging pawn. So we're going to play the very risky move, g6. Is g6 risky? Yeah, g6 is risky bisky. We gotta go for it. We're still threatening a pawn, so I think that he doesn't have any time to attack my knight. By the way, the threat was h3, g4, attacking the knight, and the knight would have no squares. That's covered by a pawn, my piece is there, and my pawn was there. So I am opening up my king, which is a little bit stressful, and he's rerouting to attack that. I really am not worried about his knight landing now, because I'm just going to snap it off. He's saying, look, I'm attacking your pawn, and I agree he's attacking my pawn. I'm just going to attack it again. And then, I kind of think I can do something like this, and try to target his pieces over here. Also, there's some slick trick where I take this, because the pawn is doing multiple jobs at the same time. That's one way if you want to identify tactics. That's the tricky moves. What you have to do is look at what jobs does your opponent's pieces have. So these rooks are doing a good job controlling the queen side. The queen right now is not really doing that much. It's defending this pawn. So I want to play a move like this to attack the queen. The problem is he just pushes, and that makes it look kind of silly. So maybe what I'll do is I'll attack his... Well, my worst piece right now is definitely the knight. But it's kind of doing a job. We're going to leave the knight there for one more move. We're going to go this way, putting pressure on the bishop, and then we're going to try to play here, I think. Because if he pushes, he's loosening up the bishop. And I think even if we play this move, and he plays e4 with the tempo, we just go to g4 now, because I think that move is actually overall bad for him. This is quite confusing. He's just trading. Now, he's higher rated than me, and so I'm like willing to do any trades he wants to do, pretty much, because that just means we're closer to a draw. And if I draw this guy, I get +2. Oh, wait a second. Did he just lose a queen? Wait a second. Does this trade rooks or does this trade queens? I think he has to drop back with the knight, and then I take it, and it's check again, and his rook has to move. So that's the tactic he fell into, and I'm actually so amazed that he fell into it because I think I win the game now. I think I just got 2,000. Now I'm not gonna say that again because if I lose this game, I'll be super embarrassed. But yeah, if you look at the situation, his queen is defended by one piece, and that's the rook, right? Only one piece is defending it. And so right now his rook is kind of being asked to take this what looks like a free rook. The problem is if he does that, his queen's undefended. His only other legal move is to play knight back to e1, and then I'll take that, and now the only legal move at his disposal is to move the rook, and I take the queen. So I think he just got a little bit over-eager there to trade. And again, I just thought he was just going to take once, and it was going to be fine, but he can't. It's over. That's really intense. This tactic of winning his queen, a 2071's queen from, I can't believe I don't know where this is from. What's this flag? Belgium. Ben Feingold lived in Belgium. Yeah, I'm trying to see. The king cannot move anywhere. There's ABCs, so you can either avoid by moving your king, you can block, which you can do with the knight, or you can capture with the rook. If he captures with the rook, I take his queen. Now, we're still playing a chess game there. Because notice, he traded a rook for a queen, right? So the game's not like over, because, I mean, 5 to 9, I'm only up 4 pieces of material, right? But it is a queen. And it's a fairly open board, and this kind of looks like a queen if you squint. My knight's going to come back. It'll have like practically no weaknesses. Knights are tricky though, so I have to be a little bit careful. But definitely he shouldn't drop his knight back. That just gives away an extra piece for nothing. My rating is now 2004. My opponent resigned. Look at that. I got a rapid rating of 2000. I am so happy right now. I am 2000 in chess on chess.com. And it happened because of kind of a cool tactic where I win a queen. Man, he thought about that for a while too. Alright. I'm actually so stoked right now. Give me 1 second. I know I'm like filming a video, but also I have to text my brother. Nice. 2004. 0 blunders. Okay, that might be wrong, but we're going to check it out. And we're going to do a little bit of analysis. I was going to do just a cursory glancing over analysis because I assumed I was going to draw or lose, but I won. So I kind of want to go a little bit more in detail on this one. It's not going to be like an hour long or anything like that. But I do just want to see in general if my e6 move in the opening of the London was bad. It does trap my bishop in, like it locks it in place. I just want to see generally what the computer's ideas were and how they compare to my ideas. I know the tactic at the end is winning, or I assume it is, but we'll see. We'll see if the computer agrees with how I played. Yeah, this is kind of big. So 87.9. Oh, look at this! Look at this graph. So the game is fairly even. He got a little bit better there. Again, this is practically even. And then by this point, he's like almost winning. Does he win over here? Yeah, now he's winning over here. I considered 1 and 2 as winning. So he's definitely winning these moves. And then it evened back out. And then he blundered and took advantage. So, a little bit lucky. It's a giveaway. It was a comeback win. But I don't care. I'm just still happy I won. Okay, so the computer, whenever you see this book image, that means it's a book move, which means lots of people have played this position. It's very known. Knight f6, queen b6, this is all known. And queen c1 is the last book move. That means my next move is not book, which is not very good. But this is the London. Bishop, oh, see? So e6 was an inaccuracy. And I'm actually, the computer wants to go ahead, but I want to look at e6 to see what's better than e6. Better than e6 is to capture this pawn. I'm always very wary to capture this pawn, because I kind of figured that I'm giving, I don't know, I guess we get just a symmetrical structure if takes. And if he takes the other way, I think that's not so good, because then he's trading a center pawn for an outside pawn. For some reason, I've never thought to get rid of this tension here before. I'm trying to figure out what the advantage is. I like this pawn being here for white, because it blocks his knight in. I like this pawn being here, because it stops his bishop from retreating. His bishop can't go back, right? So if I take this, I'm kind of forcing him to get rid of one of the pawns that I want to be there. So it seems like it's kind of helping him, but computer disagrees. So I'll just have to remember that in the London, if he plays queen c1 to defend, we take the pawn. We can remember that because the queen was defending it, and now the queen's not defending it. Alright. Yeah, and c4 I kind of know is bad. You're giving up, you're not maintaining tension. Ben Feigel's teacher said, maintain tension. This is not doing it. This is giving away tension just for a one-move threat. See how I said knight h5? I was singing knight h5's praises. It's definitely the best move in that position. Okay, still knight h5 is best. Yeah, you have to take that. And still knight h5 is best. Knight h5 is still best. Yeah, pretty much every move I should have played knight h5. And it's kind of like slideshow, it's going real slow because I'm trying to use my phone as a hotspot. It says I played this really well. Knight h5 wasn't good. Ooh, f6 was bad. Yeah, f6 was an inaccuracy, but instead I should have played queen c8, threatening this pawn. Dang. That's okay. Still an accuracy, but he's winning now for sure. Yeah, g6 is really bad. Remember I said this move is very risky? Now I'm in a worse position for sure. Queen c8. The computer loves this move, and it's understandable, right? I'm defending a loose piece, and I'm attacking something else. I'm also covering a weak spot on a6. So my queen on c8 is actually doing like tremendous work. And it's not really so easy to defend this unless you move your knight. And you gotta find a spot for your knight to move to. Okay. I'll be a little bit quicker with my analysis. And now the game's back to equal. c5, takes. Oh, I'm confused now. Okay, queen. I was so nervous because it kept on saying good move. And I was like, wait a second, did I blunder somehow? Look at that. A pretty competitive game. The opening was balanced. I was a cut above my opponent in the middle game. So it estimates your rating. It estimates your strength based on how you played, and it estimates my strength at 2350, which is way above my rating. That's not even close. I did not play anything close to 2350, but that's very nice of it to say. So I want to go back really quick, just to when he played c5. It said that was a good move, and I was confused at c5. It said c5 is excellent, but h3 is better. I understand h3 better, because my pieces are swarming his king, so he's stopping me from taking pieces. I like that. c5 is good, though. Again, you can see over here in the graph, he's not nearly as winning as he was before. He was 2.4 before, and now he's only 0.7. Okay, we're just going to click ahead. Takes is the right move. Takes with the bishop is still correct. But I take back, and now I'm off a piece. So what was he supposed to do? Oh, what he was supposed to do is very complicated. Because right now I'm up a piece. Notice that I have 3 pieces, and he only has 2 pieces, right? So I'm up a piece. And the best move is not to equalize pieces. That loses the game immediately. The best move is to bring your knight, which wasn't doing anything, into the middle. Now, if you notice something about this position, it's the same position as before. But now if he takes this, I don't have this threat of my rook going to the back rank. So he's actually blocked that trick. So not only is he re-attacking this bishop, he's also attacking this bishop. And I can't move this bishop, because then he can take this, right? Just like I said. So I can't move this one, because he'll take this, but I can't move this one, because he'll take my queen. So he gets the piece back. And you can see he's actually better here. It says 1.3, but it adjusted its opinion to 0.7. So if he had played the right move here, the right move for me is knight to g7. That's an incredibly hard move for me to play. I'm just defending my bishop. Then obviously now he takes. I'm saying obviously, and hoping the computer agrees with me. Knight g7, my guess is queen c5, we trade, and I just try to hold on for dear life in that position. Like 0.7, but it's getting closer to an endgame. He's a little bit stronger, but yeah, this inclusion of knight d4 is what would have saved him. Yeah, queen captures c5, rook captures c5, rook d6. Yeah, this is all I thought. So our rook goes up, we do active defense. This actually enables the pawn to move a little bit faster. I like this. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching Chess Channel. I played the move Rook D1, which is, by the way, a great move. And I'm +4. I'm winning. See, it's +4. It's not like mate in 3 or +20. It's only +4. So I could theoretically mess it up. And he does have 2 rooks, which are pretty powerful. Oh, but the computer's estimation goes up. And some of his moves are not good. Yeah, see, I said that Rook D1 is way better than mate E1. Okay. Thank you so much for watching Turkish Film's Chess Channel. I hit 2,000, so now I can always say that I'm 2,000 rated in chess, which is pretty sick. And like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a good night.